I'm headed to the Evil Mad Scientist garage sale. What does that have to do with machine knitting? A lot. Let me explain. Evil Mad Scientist is a small family-owned business that produces DIY and hobbyist hardware. These days they're best known for their drawbots. A few years ago they developed and produced the AYAB control board, that is the long skinny purple one. This is the hardware that lets you retrofit your vintage Brother machine to control it from your computer and do more complicated color and patterning work. They were recently acquired by Bantam Tools, so they are picking up shop and moving to New York. It means they're selling off the contents of their office here in Northern California. And they have a few knitting machines for sale and some other hardware, so I'm gonna go check it out. I'm also planning to meet my friend Machine Knitting Tools. She has a linker that I'm interested in buying, and I'm probably going to borrow a 930 from her so I can fix some bugs in the AYAB software. And it sounds like we're going to be setting up some machines and hardware in the parking lot to do demos. I got permission to film some of this, so I'm going to bring y'all along. This is one of the things that I really love about living in Silicon Valley. All of these people and all of these communities are here, and I can just go a few towns over and hang out with these people. I'm sad to see Evil Mad Scientist go, but I am happy to get my hands on their leftover hardware. Come along on the journey with me. Here we are in not so sunny Sunnyvale. I'm not really comfortable filming in public yet, so we're gonna see how this goes.
This is a movie. That is I see it. I wish I could just finish Chinese language. Station work networking anyway.
You can't see me. We are back from the garage sale. It was lovely to go and see all of the people and like the interesting cross-section of humanity that comes out for this kind of thing. I ran into some old friends there. When I moved to the Bay Area, I made friends with a lot of electrical engineers and they like to show up to these kinds of things. So it was great to see old friends. But now I have a haul. I'm hesitant to call it a haul because I don't want to support consumption for consumption's sake, but that's what it is. It's a haul. So let's go through what I picked up there. First thing we have is this linker. This is a passive linker that I bought from my friend. It wasn't actually part of the garage sale, but we were both going to be there, so she showed up with it and let me take a look at it. It is mechanical. It is not manufactured anymore, and there is one part, the needle down here, that it's like a hooked needle with a latch on it, and apparently the latch is a little finicky and tends to break, and they aren't manufactured anymore and you cannot find them anywhere, and it only came with one extra, so it might not be usable for very long. But I decided to take a chance on it anyway because I would like a faster way to seam together my knits, especially when I'm prototyping, because I might make a couple different versions of a sweater before I'm happy with the pattern. And the price that I got it for, like, I should get enough use out of it before the needles break, and then I'll decide what I want to do, if I want to try to find a new needle or try to manufacture a new needle or just pass it on to the next person who might want to hack it. I don't think I explained what a linker is. A linker is like a sewing machine for knits. You hook the edge of the knit onto this row of needles, and then this needle moves in and out and creates a chain stitch between the two edges. So it's like a chain stitch machine for knits. So that's that. And its tools. And then in this pile down here, I have a Brother 910 back here. This is the one that came from Evil Mad Scientist, so this was the one that was used to develop the control board that they have there, and then a ribber to go with it. And these aren't actually for me, these are for a friend. This is part of my plan this year to create more machine knitters. I got one local to me. We might have her on the channel, we might not. She's got a bit of a social media presence, so she might be comfortable on camera, but even if she's not, this will be really helpful because she's going to have a bunch of questions, and that's going to help me understand how and where beginners struggle, because like, I was learning and I had a certain set of problems, but other people are gonna have different problems. So you'll probably see a bunch of videos that start with, so my friend had a question, and then it turns into a whole video. And then I also have a 930 here. And this one I didn't purchase, it's just on loan from the same friend who sold me the blinker. I don't actually need a 930. It doesn't do anything that my 910 can't do, especially with AYAB. I just need to borrow one because there are some alignment issues in the latest version of the AYAB software, and I want to be able to fix them, and I need a physical machine to test and like debug the code. So this is only going to be with me for a little while, and then I'll give it back to my friend after I get the bugs fixed. What else do we have? And then I have this massive box. There are some spare needles and weights for the 910 that I'm going to give to my friend. I got cans of spray stuff. One of these is lubricant for knitting machines, which does not exist anymore. I don't think anyone's manufacturing this. The other one is super yarn spray, which I had never seen before, but apparently it's similar to like putting wax in your tension mast. So if I have yarns that aren't like feeding nicely through the machine, I might try this, and we will see. That might be a video. Synthetic isoparaffin hydrocarbon. That'll be interesting. And then also in the box is the manual and the Mylars for the 910. I should mention that the original patterning for the 910 does not work correctly. It might be fixable, it might not, but my friend who's going to use this one is going to use it with AYAB. And then also in this box, we have a bunch of the original control boards from Evil Mad Scientist. These are not pristine boards, they are not in good shape, and in fact, a good number of them probably don't even work. They are boards that were customer returns that might have manufacturing issues, they might have soldering issues, they might have all kinds of issues, but it's also possible that people got these boards and tried to use them with their machines and either didn't understand how their machine worked or couldn't set them up correctly, so they are perfectly fine, but they were returned anyway. I'm going to go through these and check them out and see if I can find a couple that work so that I can hand them off to friends and other people who are developing in the software so they don't have to do their own soldering. But like, just to be clear, Evil Mad Scientist is not going to support these boards at all. Like, they don't support them, and I've been asked to remove the branding from the boards before I redistribute them, so I will do that. So all in all, it was great, and I didn't spend too much of my own money. The only thing that I purchased with my own money was the linker, and there's not going to be a video about that yet. It'll probably show up in the background of a couple of videos as I learn how to use it and figure out how it works, and then maybe there will be a video. This is why you should find your local machine knitting community, because you get all kinds of cool stuff like this, and it's such a small hobby that it's easy to get to know everybody, and everybody really just wants to share information and bring everybody along. And we had a table set up to do demos in the corner of the garage sale to like try to sell the machines that they had there and also to show off what we're doing and get more people involved in this hobby. I really love talking with engineers about knitting machines because they are such beautiful pieces of mechanical engineering, like the way the whole thing works and the way that works with the software, and just like watch the amazement on their faces as they see that it does these things. And like, it's, what is it, 40-year-old technology at this point? Well, even older than that, because most of the hardware, most of the mechanical engineering was done way before the electronics were added. When Brother Knitting Machines made the transition from punch cards to electronics, they kept the same hardware like under the hood and just added in solenoids where the punch card reader used to be, and some control boards on top of that. So it's beautiful old mechanical stuff, and I love it. And most engineers love it. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you want any more detail on any of the stuff going on here. And there will be a lot more videos. Alright, thanks for watching. Happy knitting!